So I'm going to run you through the SRU remote racking application for GE Powervac. This particular application has a tool code color of pickle. You can see we have the sticker on the bracket here, sticker on the door. This particular application requires no modifications to the door. It simply attaches with two magnets. The way this works is you line up the racking shaft portion in the center and attach your upper magnet and your lower magnet. And on the side, the drive bracket is where we keep our tool adapter. Our universal drive motor and battery. The battery simply attaches. Battery has a power display button on the front of it. Simply attaches in place. And your tool adapter, because this motor is universal for everything that we do. So we use this motor on 480 volt applications, MCC operators, all the way up to 38 kV breakers. The tool adapter is specific to the drive bracket and it connects with a quick disconnect. This particular drive bracket has a lock pin here, and if you pick up this lock pin and turn it, it'll stay up out of the way. And then you insert your motor and lock your lock pin in place. This one has quite a bit of spring pressure on it, so you have to push in because we're actually sliding that interlock back to expose the hex on the racking shaft. Plug in our connectors here. Plug in the other end of our cord here. This cord plugs into our handheld, and this cord is 50 feet long, so you can stretch this cord out to 50 feet, and if you can actually daisy chain them together, if you need to be 100 feet away, you can connect those. At this point, this is your handheld. This is where we actually rack the breaker from. So if you turn this power button, the system powers up. You'll actually see it on the screen here. So the first screen you'll get, this is kind of a mental checklist of things to do before we actually start racking. Verify your battery is fully charged, which we did. Verify your door is closed and latched. Obviously everything we're doing is mounted on this door, so you want to make sure your door is closed and latched. Verify you're at a safe distance. And then select disc to con or con to disc. So you can see we toggle between the two selections there. This breaker's in disconnect. We're going to rack it into connect. When I hit the start button, it's actually going to turn counterclockwise to feel for that hard stop and make sure we're engaged on that hex. And it also checks the breaker position, and then it's going to go to a soft start and then start racking in. And you'll see all that on the screen here. So there was the tooling gauge. And now this is the soft start, so the breaker's actually racking in. And now you can see on the screen there, we're racking from disconnect into connect. You can see the 54 expected turns and the real-time turn count as it's moving. You can see the little bar graph, little travel bar graph just got bigger. So that lets you know that the shutters are open and the breaker's getting ready to rack onto the bus. Again, just kind of another mental reminder as you're watching this breaker rack. Now, because we're monitoring turn counts, we know how many turns this is to rack in and out. Instead of just running in and slamming into the hard stop at the end, you'll see that it's actually going to slow down. When we get to 54 turns, it'll slow down and it'll turn at a very slow speed, and it tells you we're looking for the hard stop and connect. You can see that there's a 2-turn maximum, and you saw it stopped at 0.8. So that's kind of how we take up the difference in racking turns, because the breakers are never exactly the same. One may be, you know, this breaker was 0.8, the next breaker may be 1.5, so it just depends on the breaker. The screen now tells you operation complete, breaker is in connect, please power down. So we simply just push power button. To remove everything, we unplug our cables. Again, simple, just push-pull connectors. Lift up our lock pin and turn it, stays up out of the way. Slide our motor out, remove our tool adapter, and store it back on the side of the drive bracket. And undo your magnet here and your magnet on the top. And that's it.